What's going on, everybody? My name is Anissa Brene, and you are now tuned in to Destination CEO. Today, we are tackling the gathering spot. Co-founder and CEO Ryan Wilson is going to sit down with me for an exclusive on entrepreneurship and millennials. Stay locked. Today, we are talking to entrepreneur himself, Ryan Wilson, the co-founder of the Gathering Spot. Ryan, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Awesome. I'm great. I'm so excited to be sitting down with you because let me tell you, the gathering spot amongst my friends and my peers has been a hot topic. So, you're a graduate from Georgetown Law School, correct?
I am.
So, has this always been your dream to, start your own business, or what was the original plan?
So it's funny where life takes you. I had no anticipation of being in business for myself at all. I mean, the entire path going from high school all the way through law school was to be a lawyer.
Oh, wow.
And so it was really in the middle of that process that I started to work with a lot of nonprofits, and I needed access to workspace. That conversation with one of my roommates from college started us down the path towards what's now the Gathering Spot.
Nice. So with this entrepreneur thing and life, and everybody wants to be a part of it, what's the one piece of advice you would give somebody who's like, oh, it's trendy, I'm just going to do it just to do it?
Yeah, I definitely would tell you that entrepreneurship is not for everybody. It's a very particular lifestyle. I mean, I work a ton of hours. I mean, I'm blessed in that this is the thing that I want to do every day, but it comes with tremendous sacrifice in a lot of other areas of your life. And as far as it being trendy, I don't know. I mean, I see that definitely, but you've got to make sure that you have a business model in place and that you're building an actual business, and that's not a hobby. There's a big difference between having that thing that you like to do on the side and running a business full time.
So, okay, let's do this. Your 3 best tips to building a successful brand and business.
I mean, I think at the very beginning, it's important to make sure that you have a business model. I mean, it's easy to say, but really, really hard to build.
Right.
I mean, at its core, a business has to cover its expenses. And so we're in an era now where a lot of people will build concepts, and it's acceptable to have models that will never make the business profitable. I really encourage people to really look at that another way and find a model that allows you to care for, I mean, just like a person, you've got to kind of care for yourself.
Right.
Outside of that, I mean, I think another tip is just to make sure that you do business the right way. I mean, people do business with people, not with organizations. And so
Right.
It's important to make sure that you're really doing whatever you can to make sure that folks understand who you are, why you're doing what you're doing, and that ultimately at the end of the day that you'll do what you say that you're going to do.
Okay, so build a solid foundation.
Solid foundation, do business the right way, have some integrity, and I'd say be prepared for the time too. I mean, if you're doing it the right way, I'd argue it takes a ton of time to start a business, and so I encourage anybody that is interested, just make sure that they have the bandwidth to be able to withstand whatever project they're going to start.
Was there ever a time in your journey where you felt like you had to compromise your vision, or like you already knew how you wanted to go about it, but because it wasn't going how you wanted it to, you had to adjust some things?
And so I think you make adjustments all the time, particularly when you're in the early stages of building a business. If you start with writing a business plan, the business that you'll actually build is probably different than that plan.
Right.
At the same time, I mean, the core elements of the vision of the club, I would not compromise on. So much so that when we started this process, we thought we were facing $1 million fundraise. It ended up being north of $3 million, and that was really because as we continued to price out all the things that we had thought about, it just became more expensive to do. And so instead of doing $1 million version of the club, we continued to fight for our vision, which meant that we had to raise more money.
Okay, so for those people that are out there that don't know what the Gathering Spot is, tell us a little bit about it.
So the Gathering Spot's a private membership club at our core. There's 3 elements of the space. Coworking space, where we are now. It's open 24 hours a day. Members can work here whenever you want to.
24 hours?
24 hours. We absolutely never close.
Oh my goodness.
The second part of the space is a restaurant and bar. So full service, breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day. And the last part is event space. So we both curate experiences for members, but also host private functions for We specialize in corporate functions, so you'll see us host events for some of the largest brands in the world. More than the space, what folks are really a part of is a community. And so it goes back to this idea of having representation from every corner of the city here at the club.
So with other workspaces and things like that popping up around the city, what would you say makes the Gathering Spot different from everything else?
It's all about the community that's here. So, I mean, co-working spaces, to the largest extent, is co-working space. You can come and work, and that's not really what we're doing here. You've got access to workspace if you need it, but what members are really dialing into is a group of people that they can access really at any time, both the experiences that we host, but just being here at the club. We don't consider ourselves a co-working space at all for that reason. We just know that there's space here for people to work if they need to do it.
For the college student, broke college student, or the young millennial who's on a budget, how do they get involved here at the Gathering Spot?
So we encourage everyone everything starts online. So if you visit us at our website, you can request an invitation to join the club. At that point, our membership team will get in contact with you and answer any questions that you have. What we're trying to get accomplished in that process is an understanding of just who's here. So there is a bit of exclusivity, but the litmus test is about who you are as a person and not necessarily what you do every day. So if you're interested, or if anybody's interested, please visit us on our website and you can learn more there.
We're interested. For 2018, what can we look forward to from Ryan Wilson and also the Gathering Spot?
My team has been hard at work on a lot of different projects. So here in Atlanta, you'll see us make some changes to the space that I think will be surprising. We continue to add new perks as a member of the club. I mean, anything from VIP access at Topgolf to any sort of discount at a variety of places around town. But we're also going to build another gathering spot in a different location. So I can't tell you where yet, but it'll open late 2018.
So does that mean members who are members anywhere can travel to anyone?
Yeah, so the idea is that as members travel, they absolutely have a home in different cities as they go. So we'll continue to build new clubs in different markets for the next couple of years.
So we're not a co-working space.
Not a co-working space.
Where we're ATL Gathers.
Absolutely.
Where can we find you and follow you on Instagram, Facebook, website, all that good stuff?
So at ATL Gathers on Instagram is probably the best way to get a view of the club. But if you follow us at ATL Gathers on any platform, you'll see things that are happening at the club. I sometimes will do some behind the scenes things of what's happening here. So I'm at Spot On RW if you want to see some of that.
All right, you guys, you heard it first. You have been rocking with Destination CEO and Ryan Wilson, the co-founder of The Gathering Spot. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, you have just been made aware.